YTL Power is back in the news. Earlier in July, they announced that they'll be investing 10 billion ringgit into AI and mainly data center related. Now, of course, too busy to find stock ideas? Check out FIRL Pro to shortcut your research time and effort by 90%. 10% off link in the comments and description. AI chips, US, Malaysia, these are a lot of keywords that have been floating around. I think there's a lot of uncertainty and risk, but therefore opportunities as well.
Yep.
So the drivers of this why is because, of course, we said earlier on data centers, and data centers are driven by LLM demands. ChatGPT hit 800 million users in really quick time. I think there was a comparison, something like Netflix was really fast, but ChatGPT is way faster. Right?
Yeah. So there's actually a few key points that we're going to be highlighting inside this article. So number one, which is the data center parks, GPUs, and also the large language model. The data center parks, while YTL Power has a lot, I mean, they own about like a 275 acres worth of land that they're going to be building this Johor data center park. And this DC park they're going to be developing about up to 600 megawatts for data center capacity. And the first one, actually, they have up to 200 megawatts can actually go up to operations already, which is around in Johor. But if you think that they are the largest, they are one of the biggest, but not the largest yet, because the largest one is obviously China. China Telecom data center. So their data center park is actually 6,000 acres, so which is about 22 times bigger than YTL Power. And definitely is the megawatt is actually much more bigger. I mean, it's not just 150 megawatt.
Yeah, I'm not surprised they're doing it in Inner Mongolia also, where there's a lot of flat land.
And the second one, which is their 200 megawatts, which is operational, and they say that they can go up to 600 megawatts, which is actually quite impressive if you compare with the largest one. The largest one can actually go up to like a 1 gigawatt, which is 1,000 megawatt. So which companies can do that? Which is Amazon Web Services, Microsoft, Meta, and also other big US big tech companies, Google also, Goodman Group, and basically there's a lot of companies that have above 1 billion. But for them to actually have like 600 megawatts actually is also pretty decent already. And then also you can see that the TAM, right, for data center, how much of consumption in terms of megawatt they're going to be consuming. Actually, it's not mega, but they're going to be consuming about terawatt per hour. And you can see that the number is going to be hitting close to about 1,000 for at least globally. And that's why you can see there's like a mega trend inside basically everywhere for data centers and also for AI. Then the third and fourth point they mentioned is GB200 Blackwell chips and also hyperscalers at their campus and a partnership with NVIDIA. So if you guys don't know what is GB200 Blackwell chips, well, you can just say that this chip is even more advanced than their Hopper, which is the H100, all those kind of like chips, and is designed for AI, machine learning, and high performance computing. I think right now there's a lot of those hyperscalers, which is your Meta, Google. They are all buying these very high tech chips to train their AI model. And why they are better is because they have a better parallel computing than regular chips, which means they can actually process at the same time much better than those normal chips. And not only that, they are actually very energy efficient. So you can see that this is how efficient they are in terms of the amount of energy that they're going to be consuming to run this chip.
And so I think one company that comes to mind, if I'm not mistaken, the market cap is 60 billion US dollars right now. CoreWeave, right? And so their business model is about renting out supercomputers for people and companies that needs all this power for AI.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why we see these new, data center parks or the AI chips, the GB200 Blackwell chips they're acquiring, right? They're going to be adopting a similar business model as CoreWeave, which is to rent out their GPUs, their space to the hyperscalers or big MNCs. And this business is actually quite profitable. It's about a 70% gross profit margin. However, for CoreWeave, it is loss-making. The reason why they are losing money is because they are doing research and development. And if you guys didn't know, this CoreWeave, right, they actually run a Bitcoin mining business last time. But recently they pivoted into doing this, they're collaborating with NVIDIA, whereby they are buying NVIDIA chips. They also have space, and then they're going to be renting these supercomputers or GPUs to like companies at the, I wouldn't say it's affordable price, but at least the price can be broken down into like months or
They're
maybe
basically
even
almost
like
like
monthly.
they are like a data landlord like that.
Yes,
basically.
exactly. Yep. Or like a gym center lah. If
Yeah,
you don't want to like own those equipment and maintain it, then you just go to the gym. And another company that is actually adopting this GPU as a service, right, which is SNS Network. So you can see that this company also, there was a period of time where they rallied up a lot, and even like before the Liberation Day, they are up like 45% since the bottom. And you can see right now what SNS is renting out is their NVIDIA Hopper GPU and also the Dell XE9680, which is not much of a high tech compared to YTL Power's one, which is the GB200. But nevertheless, you can see that the trend of companies doing this type of business model, which is renting out GPU, is actually coming up a lot. I mean, it's increasing. Not only just in Malaysia, but in the US and other nations also is the same. And we did a rough estimation about how much they can be making from this, a GPU as a service business model. So let's say they actually use up all of the megawatts, which is 200 to 600 megawatts of their data center park. So which means their gross profit will be roughly about 1 to 3 billion in terms of gross profit. And just to share with you guys, their existing gross profit is about 4 to 6 billion.
So it's a 50%, 25 to 50% increase.
Yes,
in
exactly.
earnings.
Yeah, this one is
gross profit. Sorry.
Yeah, this one is assuming the price, obviously, or the rental price is at at a small level, which is about 300,000 of USD per month. But if let's say these numbers start to increase, obviously their gross profit will be increasing a lot. So you can see CoreWeave and YTL Power share price. You can see the difference, right? CoreWeave one, obviously they are rising up a lot because AI is a hype. I mean, and it seems like they can be making more money in the future. Mm-hmm. That's why the market is very bullish about it. And right now, YTL Power haven't really say what are they going to be doing with their the data center park yet, and whether they're going to be doing some sort of like GPU as a service kind of like business model. But there are some rumors on the ground that they say that they might be adopting this. They'll be following what CoreWeave is doing. So if it does, then probably there may be another catalyst for YTL Power in the future. And also can see that right now institutions obviously are very bullish. They are giving high target prices. Obviously right now some of the target prices have hit already. The YTL Power share price is around like 4 ringgit and 17 cents as of this recording.
Okay.
So
RHB one is already hit. Yeah.
Yep, exactly. Then we haven't seen M Invest and also Hong Leong Group whether they will hit or not. But essentially right now their forward or at least 5 years average of forward PE is about 11.53 times. And right now the valuation seems to be quite attractive. I mean, if you compare with CoreWeave, right? CoreWeave, you don't even have a valuation because they are loss making at the moment.
Yep.
But whether we can see there'll be another re-rating catalyst, we shall look forward to the future. And the final thoughts is whether YTL Power don't care and just continue to go up or not. This one we shall see later if they announce a new business for their.
Well, I think that the challenge is going to be the fact that there are two businesses, right? Because let's not forget the main one, which is
the electricity, the water.
So it becomes again a conglomerate discount potentially. So I think that will play into this.
Yep, exactly. But also you need to see whether the valuation does it make sense in the future lah. I mean, cause right now, from our insights for what we know, most of the institutions are basically hugging the data center link stocks. That's why you can see that the share prices keep going up, regardless whether the valuation is trading at 30 times to 50 times price to earnings. And the reason why they are hugging this sector is because there's not much of a good idea to invest already. So that's why they are only inside this particular niche. The second risk we have over here, which is the rental price war. So we don't know whether in the future there will be more of these companies, GPU as a service will be like coming up. We already can see that happening in the US already. But the good thing about in the US is that they are actually having their own specific clients. They are serving their own specific clients, specific niche. So we haven't really seen a rental price war. But eventually, if let's say the supply starts to increase, right, definitely it will depress the rental price. And last but not least, which is the reliance on NVIDIA. Obviously, NVIDIA's chip needs to be continued to be the best. And if let's say one day there's I don't know whether there's a Chinese competitor or competitor from somewhere else start to prop up, and if let's say they manage to steal some of NVIDIA's market share, then definitely most of these companies that relies on NVIDIA's chip will also start to face some sort of like problem already. So those are the final 3 thoughts before you actually decide to put your money into YTL Power. And not only just YTL Power, we also talk a lot of interesting companies that are not inside the DC sector, obviously, because DC has been overcrowded already. And we like to invest in things that is undercrowded or there's no crowd. That's why also you can see that right now our FIRL Pro Malaysia is about 33%-ish, quite of a muted growth, but in the future, probably it will be much better. For FIRL Pro Global, this one has been doing pretty decent because one of our stock actually doubled in just 3 months. So right now it's about 13%. And our boring portfolio, obviously, it's about the same. It's still quite boring.
So if you want to find a community and to shortcut your research journey, FIRL Pro is for you. How do we do it? As I mentioned earlier on, community, you get to talk to experts, not just ourselves, but other people in different industries to, again, leapfrog the stock market in terms of knowledge. The second thing would be write-ups, right? For a lot of the companies we mentioned, right there, you can ask us if there's a specific company you'd like us to cover that we haven't covered yet. And if you want to get a taste of what's inside, we have a free sample. Go check it out, get a taste of it. And one example we have here is Delium. This is a company we bought in late 2022, and then middle of 2024, we decided to sell for a pretty decent profit, right? Over 50%. So and of course, any questions you can always just ask us in the comment section or send us an email, and the email is in the comments or description. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.